Most people over 60 take magnesium glycinate because they've heard it's gentle on the stomach, helps them sleep, calms the muscles, and supports heart health. And that's true. Magnesium glycinate is one of the most absorbable and bioavailable forms of magnesium out there. But here's the surprising part. Many people are not actually getting the benefits they think they are. Why? Because of a hidden combination in their daily routine that silently blocks magnesium absorption and even causes side effects that mimic magnesium deficiency itself. Let me explain. After the age of 50, your digestive system changes in subtle but important ways. Stomach acid levels tend to drop, your gut bacteria shift, and your ability to absorb key minerals, including magnesium, declines. This means that even if you're taking the best magnesium supplement, you might still not be absorbing enough of it to support your heart, brain, or muscle function. And here's where it gets tricky. Magnesium glycinate is a chelated form of magnesium, meaning it's bound to the amino acid glycine. This helps it slip more easily through your intestinal wall into your bloodstream. But if you combine it with the wrong foods, drinks, or medications, that process gets disrupted. Let's talk about what happens next. When absorption is blocked, the magnesium you take just passes through your system. That can lead to side effects like mild diarrhea, bloating, or even nausea. Many people think, "Oh, I can't tolerate magnesium glycinate," when in reality, their body just isn't absorbing it properly, often because of what else they're taking with it. I've seen this again and again, especially in men and women over 60 who are trying to do everything right. They take their magnesium at night for relaxation and better sleep, but they combine it with other supplements or evening medications, like calcium, zinc, or even a multivitamin, that compete for absorption in the gut. Here's something most people don't realize: magnesium and calcium use the same transport system in your small intestine. When you take both together, your body has to choose which one to absorb, and magnesium often loses that battle. The result: you take magnesium glycinate faithfully every night, yet your blood levels barely rise, and you start feeling tired, achy, or restless again. Now, let's add one more layer. After 60, the cells that manage magnesium transport become less efficient. That means timing becomes everything. When you take your supplement can make the difference between full absorption and wasted effort. So, what's the right time to take magnesium glycinate? I'll tell you this: timing is not just about day or night, it's also about what's already in your stomach. If you take magnesium right after a large meal, especially one rich in fat or fiber, it can slow absorption dramatically. On the other hand, taking it on a completely empty stomach can cause mild nausea for some people. The sweet spot: about 1 to 2 hours after a light meal, when your stomach acid and digestive enzymes are active, but not overwhelmed. Now, here's something else that often goes unnoticed: medications. Many older adults take proton pump inhibitors for heartburn, diuretics for blood pressure, or antibiotics for occasional infections. Each of these can reduce your body's magnesium levels or interfere with absorption. For example, acid-reducing drugs lower stomach acid, which magnesium needs to dissolve and be absorbed. So even though magnesium glycinate is gentler than other forms like magnesium oxide or citrate, it still relies on your body's digestive chemistry to work properly. Think of it this way: magnesium is like a key, but the lock it fits into changes with age. You need the right timing, the right companion nutrients, and the right digestive environment to open that lock and allow magnesium to do its job. In the next part, I'll show you the hidden combination that blocks magnesium absorption more than anything else. And it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. It's not just about calcium or vitamin D, it's something far more common that quietly steals magnesium from your body every day. So what is this hidden combination that silently blocks magnesium glycinate from doing its job? especially after 60. It's something most people consume every single day, often more than once. It's caffeine and sugar. Now, before you think, "Wait, Dr. Lee, are you saying I have to give up my morning coffee?" Not necessarily. But let's understand how this combo actually works inside your body. When you drink coffee or tea, or even eat dark chocolate, caffeine acts as a mild diuretic. That means it makes your kidneys release more water and electrolytes, including magnesium, through your urine. So, while you might be taking your magnesium supplement faithfully every night, that morning coffee or that second cup in the afternoon might actually be flushing it right out. Now add sugar to the mix. Whether it's in sweetened coffee pastries, fruit juices, or soft drinks, sugar causes a spike in your blood glucose levels. To process that sugar, your body uses magnesium as a cofactor in dozens of metabolic reactions. So every time your blood sugar, your body calls on magnesium to help bring it back down. If you combine caffeine, which increases magnesium loss, with sugar, which increases magnesium demand, you're creating the perfect storms, an absorption and depletion loop that keeps your magnesium levels low no matter how good your supplement is. And here's why this becomes especially critical after 60. As you age, your kidneys naturally become less efficient. They don't conserve magnesium as well as they used to. So if you're taking magnesium glycinate but also drinking coffee, tea, or soda throughout the day, especially with added sugar, you're losing that mineral faster than you can absorb it. This is why some people over 60 start feeling symptoms that look like magnesium side effects: fatigue, muscle twitches, leg cramps, irregular heartbeat, even mild anxiety, when in reality, their magnesium levels are simply too low because of that hidden combo. I've seen patients who swear they're taking the best magnesium supplement on the market: glycinate, malate, threonate, you name it, but their magnesium blood tests still show deficiency. When we look at their diet, it's almost always the same pattern: coffee in the morning, a sweet snack midday, and sometimes a bit of wine or chocolate in the evening. Let's talk about that last one for a moment. Alcohol. Even moderate drinking can increase magnesium excretion. 1 or 2 glasses of wine a few nights a week may not seem like much, but if your digestion and kidney function are already slowing with age, that's enough to tip the balance. And when alcohol combines with caffeine, for example, coffee after dinner or an evening cocktail, the magnesium loss can double. So what can you do? You don't have to give up everything you enjoy. You just have to time it right. If you're taking magnesium glycinate, separate it from caffeine or alcohol by at least 4 hours. That means if you drink your morning coffee at 8 a.m., take your magnesium around lunchtime or in the evening. And if you enjoy an occasional glass of wine at dinner, take your magnesium earlier in the day instead. It's all about rhythm, giving your body time to absorb before you add anything that might interfere. Now, there's one more part of this story that's just as important: what you eat with your magnesium supplement. You see, the digestive system of a 60-year-old doesn't work like it did at 30. Even healthy foods can change how your body absorbs minerals. In the next part, I'll break down the foods that boost magnesium absorption and the ones that silently block it, even if they're considered healthy. And I'll show you how to build what I call a magnesium-friendly plate that actually helps your supplement do its job. Let's dive deeper into what's really happening at the dinner table, because even if you're taking your magnesium glycinate at the right time, what you eat during the day can either supercharge its absorption or quietly cancel it out. Now, here's something most people never think about. The human gut isn't just a pipe where nutrients go in and out. It's a living ecosystem, and the foods you eat change the chemistry of that ecosystem. Some foods make it easier for magnesium to move across the intestinal wall into your bloodstream, while others bind to magnesium and make it pass right through your system unused. So let's start with the blockers. The first big one, phytates or phytic acid. You'll find it in whole grains, beans, seeds, and nuts. Now, these are incredibly healthy foods full of fiber and antioxidants. But when eaten in large amounts, or when your digestion is slower due to age, phytates can bind tightly to magnesium and other minerals like iron and zinc. For people over 60, this becomes even more important. Your stomach acid levels are usually lower, which means phytates don't break down as easily. So even if you're eating healthy, oatmeal for breakfast, nuts for snacks, beans for dinner, your magnesium absorption might still be compromised. Now, am I telling you to stop eating these foods? Absolutely not. The goal isn't to remove them. It's to prepare them better. Soaking beans overnight, lightly roasting nuts, or fermenting grains can break down phytates and make the magnesium in your food and in your supplement more available. The second big blocker is calcium, especially when taken at the same time. Remember, calcium and magnesium use the same entry door in your small intestine. So if you're taking calcium supplements or eating dairy-heavy meals, cheese, milk, yogurt, right around the time you take magnesium, they're going to compete. Calcium often gets absorbed first and magnesium gets left behind. To solve this, space your calcium and magnesium by at least 4 hours. That one simple change can dramatically improve your magnesium absorption. Now, let's flip the script, because not all foods work against you. Some actually help your body absorb magnesium more efficiently. Foods rich in prebiotic fiber, like garlic, onions, bananas, and asparagus, feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Those bacteria, in turn, create short-chain fatty acids that improve mineral absorption in your intestines. That means a diet that supports your gut microbiome also supports your magnesium status. Another ally is vitamin B6, found in foods like salmon, chicken, and chickpeas. B6 helps magnesium move into your cells, where it actually does its work, regulating muscle contractions, supporting heart rhythm, and balancing blood sugar. And then there's vitamin D, a critical partner for magnesium. But here's the twist: vitamin D doesn't just need magnesium to be activated, it also helps magnesium absorption in the gut. That's why people who take magnesium with vitamin D often report better energy, sleep, and muscle recovery. The key, again, is timing. If you take vitamin D in the morning, consider taking magnesium glycinate in the afternoon or early evening. This way, they support each other without competing for absorption. Now, one more point that's often overlooked: hydration. Magnesium needs water to be absorbed efficiently. But as we age, our sense of thirst dulls and mild dehydration becomes common. When your body is even slightly dehydrated, magnesium can't dissolve properly, which means it can't cross the intestinal wall. So, before taking your magnesium glycinate, have a glass of water. Not juice, not coffee. Just plain water. It primes your digestive system and helps the supplement do its job. Let me summarize this part in simple terms. After 60, your gut isn't as forgiving as it used to be. The difference between getting the full benefit from magnesium glycinate and wasting it often comes down to these three things: how you prepare your food, how you time your supplements, and how hydrated you are. And remember, this isn't just about absorption. Magnesium controls over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. When you're deficient, your sleep, energy, mood, and heart rhythm can all be affected. When you get enough, everything, from your digestion to your blood pressure, starts working in harmony again. Now in the next part, I'll show you the early warning signs that your body isn't absorbing magnesium properly, even if your supplement dose is perfect, and how to correct it naturally without increasing your dosage. Now that we've uncovered how timing, food, and lifestyle impact magnesium absorption, let's talk about what your body is telling you. Because long before a lab test shows low magnesium, your cells start sending quiet signals. And if you know what to look for, you can correct the problem early. The first and most common sign is muscle tightness or twitching, especially in your calves, eyelids, or fingers. Most people think this means they're low in magnesium, so they take more. But in many cases, the issue isn't the dose, it's the absorption. Your muscles aren't getting enough magnesium inside their cells, even though you're supplementing. The second sign is restless sleep. Magnesium helps regulate melatonin and calm the nervous system. But if you're waking up frequently or feeling wired before bed, your magnesium might not be reaching your brain tissue effectively. This can happen if you're taking it too close to caffeine, calcium, or heavy meals. Another subtle sign is fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Magnesium plays a role in producing ATP, the molecule that gives your cells energy. When magnesium isn't absorbed well, your energy systems slow down even if your diet and sleep seem good. Then there's irregular heartbeat or palpitations. This doesn't mean something dangerous is happening right away, but your heart relies on magnesium to maintain a steady rhythm. If magnesium can't get into your heart cells, you may feel fluttering or skip beats, especially during stress or after caffeine. One more clue many people overlook is sensitivity to stress or anxiety spikes. Magnesium helps regulate cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Without enough magnesium inside your cells, small frustrations can feel overwhelming, and your mood may swing more easily. Now here's what's fascinating. Most of these symptoms aren't caused by low magnesium intake, but by low magnesium absorption. And once you fix the absorption problem, those symptoms often improve within a few weeks without changing your dose. So, how do you correct it naturally? First, simplify your supplement routine. Many people over 60 are taking 5, 6, sometimes even 10 different pills in the morning. Multivitamins, calcium, iron, omega-3s, blood pressure medications. When you stack them all together, you overload your digestive system and create competition for absorption. Instead, separate your magnesium glycinate. Take it on its own, 1 to 2 hours away from other supplements. Give your body a clean window to absorb it. Second, check your stomach acid. If you often feel bloated after meals or have acid reflux and use proton pump inhibitors, your stomach acid may be too low. Magnesium needs a mildly acidic environment to dissolve properly. If this sounds like you, talk with your doctor about whether you can adjust your acid blocking medication or try adding mild natural acids, like a few drops of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar in water, before meals to support digestion. Third, support your gut health. Remember, your intestinal lining is where magnesium absorption happens. When your microbiome is out of balance, for example, after antibiotics, stress, or poor diet, it can reduce magnesium uptake. Eating more prebiotic and fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut helps restore balance. Fourth, stay hydrated consistently, not just when you're thirsty. Your cells can't pull in magnesium efficiently when they're dehydrated. Sip water throughout the day. Small amounts often work better than chugging large glasses all at once. And finally, don't increase your dose too fast. If you take too much magnesium before your body can absorb it, it can cause loose stools or stomach upset. That's not because magnesium glycinate is bad for you. It's because your intestines are saying, I can't handle that much at once. It's always better to take a smaller amount and improve absorption than to overwhelm your system. When you correct these small things, timing, hydration, gut balance, you're not just helping magnesium work better. You're restoring a rhythm in your body that supports energy, calmness, and better sleep. In fact, I've seen people in their 60s and 70s who couldn't tolerate magnesium for years suddenly feel great on the same dose, just because they made these changes. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to build your magnesium routine. the right timing, lifestyle habits, and meal patterns that create what I call a magnesium rhythm. It's a daily flow that keeps your levels stable and helps your heart, brain, and muscles thrive well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now that we've uncovered how magnesium glycinate really works, and what blocks or enhances its absorption, let's talk about what you can do every day to make it work for you. Because magnesium isn't just a supplement. It's part of a rhythm, a biological melody that keeps your body in balance. Once you understand that rhythm, you can feel the difference in your energy, sleep, and clarity, often within weeks. Here's how to build that rhythm step by step. When you wake up, start with hydration. A simple glass of water first thing in the morning does more than quench your thirst. It activates your digestive system, improves circulation, and prepares your body to absorb nutrients more efficiently. Avoid taking magnesium right now, especially if you're having coffee. Remember, caffeine increases magnesium loss, so have your morning beverage, enjoy breakfast, but wait on your magnesium. Midday is when your body's metabolism is most active, your digestion is strong, and your stomach acid is at its peak. If you take other supplements like vitamin D or a multivitamin, this is a good time for them. Magnesium glycinate, however, shines best when given its own window. That brings us to the afternoon or early evening. This is when your stress hormones naturally begin to drop and your body shifts toward relaxation. That's the perfect time for magnesium glycinate, ideally 1 to 2 hours after a light meal. You want your stomach partially empty, with enough digestive enzymes active to break down the chelated bond and let magnesium glide into your bloodstream. If you take it too late, right before bed, and you have digestive issues or slow stomach emptying, it might cause mild nausea or an unsettled stomach. But taken a little earlier, magnesium starts calming your nervous system just as your body prepares for rest. You'll often notice deeper sleep and fewer nighttime leg cramps within days. Now, let's connect this with your lifestyle, because supplements work best in an environment that supports them. Magnesium is sensitive to stress. Chronic stress depletes it faster because your adrenal glands use magnesium to produce cortisol. So even if your diet and supplement routine are perfect, unmanaged stress can silently undo your progress. Simple practices like a 10-minute walk after meals, slow breathing, or gentle stretching can lower cortisol and help your body hold on to magnesium longer. Next, nutrition. Build your meals around magnesium-rich foods. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, avocados, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate with low sugar. When you pair these foods with healthy fats, like olive oil or salmon, magnesium becomes even easier for your gut to absorb. And here's a small but powerful tip. A pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt in your water once a day provides trace minerals that help magnesium move into your cells. It's a natural way to balance electrolytes, especially if you sweat or walk daily. Another rhythm to remember is your sleep-wake cycle. Magnesium works in harmony with melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain it's time to rest. When you take magnesium glycinate in the early evening and dim your lights about an hour before bed, you're reinforcing that natural rhythm. You're teaching your brain and body to wind down together. Over time, this pattern becomes self-sustaining. Your magnesium levels stabilize, your muscles relax, and your heart rhythm feels steadier. Many people tell me they wake up with more energy, not because they slept longer, but because their body finally rested deeply. And if you're in your 60s or 70s, that's especially powerful, because magnesium doesn't just help you feel calm, it protects your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells. It keeps inflammation low, helps regulate blood sugar, and even supports brain function by stabilizing synaptic activity. That's why I always say magnesium isn't about taking more, it's about using it better. So let's recap your magnesium rhythm. Hydrate early. Avoid coffee or alcohol near your supplement window. Take magnesium glycinate 1 dose at 2 hours after a light meal, ideally in the afternoon or early evening. Space it 4 hours away from calcium or multivitamins. Stay active, manage stress, and nourish your gut with whole, prebiotic foods. When you follow this simple pattern, you're not just preventing magnesium side effects. You're optimizing absorption, protecting your heart and muscles, and supporting your energy at a cellular level. I've seen people in their 60s regain the kind of energy and mental sharpness they thought they'd lost for good. Not through complicated routines, but through consistency. Remember, your body is remarkably adaptive. Even after 60, it can relearn balance, rebuild strength, and renew vitality if you give it the right signals. Magnesium glycinate is one of those signals. So the next time you reach for your supplement, don't just take it. Time it. Pair it. Support it. Because when magnesium works with you, not against your habits, your body can do what it's designed to do: heal, restore, and thrive at any age.